Well, we got sort of a rare day off here, and it's fairly decent weather, a little cool, but getting excited about fans. We got a little coffee here and a little cigar to have, and we're gonna work on this guy here. Now I need to make some markings on this so that I know where the top was and how it was located, front and back. And it's like I said, we got this weird alignment of the screws, and I want to make sure that I put them back in the right places. Not sure how I'm going to mark that, and I want to dust off some of this before I want to wait to clean it all the way, but I do want to dust off some of the stuff on the wiring and whatnot so that when I move this around it's a little easier to deal with. Alright, here's another interesting note. Again, looking at the back, we do see an opening, possibly for oil, and off to the side, not where it should be. But interesting to note that. Hadn't noticed that yet. We're going to keep moving here. Witness marks center, top, and then 1, 2, and 3. Rear witness marks 1, 2, 3. Alright, I pulled the little clips for the cord, as you can see, so that when the motor is ready, it can just come down here. I don't plan to take all of this apart today, so that's the plan. Nut and a lock washer, good news. And here we are. I was about to rush ahead and try to pull the motor apart, but this is a disaster. This needs some attention. So I'm going to start working on the shaft so that it'll come apart. This is very rusty here, so we'll see what happens. Okay, first I'm going to hit it with a little WD-40. Let that set for a second, see what happens. Alright, I've got some double-aught steel wool and some fairly fine 320 grit. Not really for this purpose, but it'll work for today. I've used it a few times. We'll see if that makes a difference. That might be a start, and we'll see what happens next. Alright, so the shaft cleaned up as best as you can without going crazy, and I wiped it down with a rag. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little zoom spout on it so that when I pull it through, it's not dry metal on that bearing. Just a precaution. This isn't, I don't know if you need to do this, but I'm going to do it so that when you pull it through, you're doing as little damage as you can. And there we go. Okay, go ahead now. Alright, all three are out. I'm going to hit them with a little WD-40 while they wait. I like to clean them a little bit. Alright, so the moment of truth. Is this going to come apart for us? We got some markings on the side here. We'll take a look at those in a second. And here we go. It is indeed coming apart. Let's see if the front comes off first. Oh, there you go. Came with the stator, with the rotor rather. So we'll carefully take that out. There's the rotor, about what you'd expect. Front housing. Let's take a look at our bearing surface. Not so bad, dry for sure. We'll be careful not to lose any of our washers. The rear is also very dry. So we'll go ahead and dust this out a little bit, and we'll come back. There isn't really too much dust in the motor. It's not that bad, really. We'll flip it open, and I cleaned the internal bearing surface here. A little WD-40 on a paper towel down through, so it's nice and clean. It was very dry. Put a little oil in, When we reassemble, we'll oil the surface itself. I'm going to do the same on the inside there. I'm going to clean that out a little tiny bit and oil around the inside for the felt, what's left of it. So that's the plan for this. I've been using, this is a very, very soft brush. You can see it's not a hard bristle brush. And I like to use this. I had bought some air cans. I don't have a compressor myself, and I don't have a place to keep a compressor. So I bought the air cans, but I didn't like that as much. It seemed a little more aggressive than the brush. So to each his own, but that's what we have here with this guy.